Okay, here's what I've got for somebody that's got a hardship levy where they're making it hard to live because they're taking most of your paycheck or they're taking a lion's share of your Social Security payment. Um, I'm going to recommend that you get the taxpayer advocate involved, and this is a highlighted version of when the taxpayer advocate will get involved, and they will get involved when there's a hardship involved. The taxpayer advocate's going to say something, try to extort tax returns out of you. Probably the reason you're getting levied is because you didn't file a tax return, or pay, I guess, would be the other option. And they're going to say, well, file your tax returns and we can help you. And that's what this case right here is about. It says that no matter how long you've been doing it unconstitutionally, that does not mean you get to continue that. And also, right down, and then right here, there's a bunch of notes about a constitutional condition. It's called unconstitutional conditions. In other words, they put what one judge called a snare in front of the exercise of your right. So if you have a right to be free from the levy because of hardship, the snare that they put in front of you is file your returns and we'll help you. And so what they're trying to do is extort a return out of you. And so all these cases right here, unconstitutional conditions, will help you avoid that. Here's taxpayer advocate on Social Security levies. Here's a PDF that has to do with the federal levy payment program. So you're getting a Social Security check and they just automatically levy those, and this explains how that works, including the fact that you're entitled to a due process hearing, collection due process hearing. If you didn't file your return, then they filed a substitute for return. So here's a Freedom of Information Act request asking for the substitute for return. And then there's supposed to be right here is IRM substitute for return requirements. And most likely when you get your FOIAs answered, they will send back copies of the substitute returns, and they won't be signed. They won't have the required attachments. The IRM says that if it's not signed and it doesn't have the required attachments, then it's invalid. And so your levy is based on an invalid substitute for return. And you can bring that up with your taxpayer advocate. Let's see here. And then here's the Internal Revenue Manual on release of levy and return of funds. So this makes it a very real possibility that you could get the money back, but you've got to read this and take some action based on it. Here's a levy legal reference guide from the Internal Revenue Manual. Here's disclosure office addresses for Freedom of Information Act requests. And here is Internal Revenue Manual on automated levy on Social Security. And then here's actions to relieve significant hardship by the taxpayer advocate. So these things are designed to help people that have a hardship levy going on, and turn the taxpayer advocate for help and keep from getting in a box where they say file your returns or we won't help you. And that's about all I got on this.